Hi everybody, welcome and welcome me back instead of welcome you back. No, I'm kidding. It's been over a year since I posted a video. My goodness, and I said I was making a comeback last year, but then I got so many issues that I just wasn't able. But I'm really excited to be back on YouTube today, and I've been really motivated to make videos again. And obviously there's been so many changes in the planner community lately, and me myself, I've used so many planners in the past years that I haven't shared that I just want to share them again with you guys. So today I'm doing a little recap of the planners and journals that I've been using this past year, 2023. As you can see, they're not a lot. There are just a few. Very simple, mainstream system that has actually worked really well because there are not a lot of planners. It's been easy to keep up with them, and obviously I don't use all of these every single day. So without further ado, I don't want to make the intro super long because if you want to see, a really long explanation of why I've been gone and whatnot, just go check out my account on Instagram because sometimes I talk about that. And if not, you can just ask me in the comments and I'll be okay answering your questions if you have any. But if not, if you're just here to see the planner content, which I'm sure you are because that's why you clicked on this video, hopefully. Let me get started. So the first planner I'm sharing is this beautiful, chunky life book that I have been using for the entire year, and this is pretty much my entire life in a book. As you can tell, maybe you haven't or you have by the golded or the gilded edges. This is a B6 Common Planner from Sterling Ink. So this is from her pre-sale from last year when she first announced that she was making planners. And I was just uber excited because to me, it looked like the Hobonichi cousin, but perfected. One, because it was B6. Two, because it didn't have the dated pages at the very back. I had a lot of trouble keeping up with the daily spreads and the weekly and the monthly. So this just gave so much flexibility in its use just because it's all blank gridded pages in the very back, which you could use for whatever, if you want to date them or not, or if you just want to use it for journaling, commonplacing, note-taking, anything like that. Possibilities were endless. And then another factor that I really love was the fact that this planner is floppy, you guys. I have an obsession with paperback books because I like that they're floppy. Not all of them are floppy, by the way, but those that are, I'm obsessed. And I really like that fact. If you can tell just, by looking at this image right now, I did not buy the plastic clear cover on cover because when she first came out with these planners, the clear covers were not available. She actually put them up for sale, I don't know, I would say months later. And because of shipping and taxes and all of that, it was, for me at least, it wasn't worth it. And I was just like, I'm just gonna get a separate planner to keep it, protected or whatnot. So I looked around Etsy and I bought this leather cover from a Ukraine shop and I'm obsessed with it. I'm probably not gonna get any more just because leather tends to be more on the expensive side and I like to, budget what I'm buying for next year and whatnot. So this is probably the only leather cover that I'm ever gonna own. I mean, never say never, but it is one of the few that I will own and probably not reuse because I'm not going to be in a B6 next year. So, and I just like how it looks here, the black with the mauve color, kind of like this pale pink. And I just really like, the contrast, and I like that it shows, but I just really like how it looks, and it's been working great. Its function has served its purpose because this book, this baby, this piece of paper, this chunky paper goes with me everywhere. I throw it in my bag, I move it around, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I toss it, but basically I've just been using it so much and I like that it looks worn and used in this particular planner. I'm not usually like that with all of my planners. I'm very careful that it's nice and it's well protected and it doesn't have scratches. But this one, I was just like, I don't care. I'm using this to be productive, and because it's floppy, because it looks like a paperback book, and because I have it in a leather cover and the supposedly leather, looks better when you wear it and use it the more you use it. So I was just like, who cares? I want it to be used and loved and, So this book you know, because I like to ramble a lot. But this book is basically my entire life except work, because work I keep separate and I keep it at the office at my desk. I have a digital calendar which I use to plan, and then I have like a brain dump notebook which I like write down notes and tasks. So I don't really write work stuff in here. This is just life stuff, you know, my personal life, my daily to-dos, chores, events, appointments. This book, like I said, contains everything. This has a goals page, it has a quarterly tracker, which I haven't used, but I will do a proper flip through of this in a separate video just because I don't want this video to be extremely long. But I use the monthly pages and the weekly pages religiously, as you can tell, just by me flipping the pages. And then I've used a good portion of the back pages, which are the gridded pages. I'd say I've used up to here. So this is the length or the width of the notes pages. You actually get 368 pages of grid blank or blank grid pages to do whatever you want. And I've used up to 166, which, you know, it's not like 100% complete obviously, but I think I've used up a good chunk. I mean, I don't journal a lot in here because this is exclusively for planning, but I have done some comment placing in here, and I've done some goals and brainstorming for, you know, just projects that I want to do. So that's what I've used that for. And obviously the weekly pages I've used for weekly to-dos and scheduling and, you know, what you use a planner for. And as you can tell, I decorate it, I use highlighters, I use stickers, I try to do some lettering and things like that. So this is basically, you know, where I have fun planning. And I also, if there are days when I don't have stickers and I just need it to be for plain planning, which is how I started it. As you can see here, I never used any stickers, you know, just some faint color coding and stuff, but I used it really, really simple at the beginning, and then I started using up stickers, and I miss this format, so that's what I've been using. But I'm really happy with this planner and the way it's been helping me out, the way that it keeps me motivated to keep using it. For some reason, I just really love it. This is my main everyday carry personal planner. Next up, and this is in no particular order, I have this B6 notebook. This is actually from, I would like to say it's from Target, but I'm not really sure. I got this book Christmas of last year, and my mom gifted it to me because it had my initial. So she just thought I would like it because it had golden edges, as you can see over here. It's small, it's portable, and it has lined pages, which I'm not the biggest fan of lined pages, but I'm not picky either if I get a notebook which is lined because it's a notebook. And then it has this really fun tassel incorporated in its spine, and I don't know, I just thought it was very cute. I like that it was B6, just like my planner. It's very petite, and I like the foil, the gold foiling, and obviously the gilded edges. So like I said, this notebook, I started it as I guess I wanted it to be like my daily journal, and then it kind of became like my stream of consciousness journal. I can't pronounce today, so sorry about that. But yeah, I can't show much because obviously this is all personal stuff that pops in my head. But can we, you know, marvel at the end pages? Is that what this is called? The end pages? Whatever it's called. I love it. It's so pretty. But yeah, so woo! Quick flip. Because this is all private stuff that goes on in my head. So I've used this a lot. And it's actually lasted me an entire year. I have like about 5 pages left to write, and I'm probably gonna, you know, finish it before the end of the year. So that's awesome. This is like probably one of the first notebooks, or the few notebooks that I've been able to finish from front to back. So I'm really excited to start a new notebook, but this one has been lovely. So this is what I've been using, this notebook, and I plan to use another notebook for next year. I haven't decided which one, but I'm gonna be using another notebook next year for my stream of conscious journaling. Call it morning pages, evening pages, whatever you want, just whatever random moment of the day that I need to brain dump or, you know, just pour out my thoughts. I use this notebook, and I've been loving it because it actually made me more creative, because I would just write down things that I was thinking of, projects that I wanted to do, and, you know, working out problems that maybe I might have. So this book has been great for that, in that regards, and I really, really enjoyed it. Next up, I've been using this planner. This is a spring edition planner, and it's actually a Nolty planner. It's my very first Nolty, and you guys, this is directly from Japan. My cousin got married this year, and she went to Japan for her honeymoon, and I told her, get me something stationery related from Japan. And without even telling her about this brand or anything, or even the stores that she could visit, she went to a Loft store, which I was like, Loft, oh my goodness. If you guys are into Japan stationery and stuff, you probably know it, but if not, it's a really big store. I think there's multiple stores in Japan. Like, I'm not even an expert, but she found this weekly notebook, and it's Nolty brand. And again, she doesn't even know about this brand. And I was like, Nolty, oh my God, it's so famous in the planner community. So I was super excited, and it's just a regular weekly notebook, and it's kind of like the Hobonichi weeks layout where you have, you know, the week on one page and then a note page on the right. And it's very, very simple. I'm going to show you guys a little bit here. It comes in this like plasticky, I don't know, faux leather cover with like 3 pockets, and then this big one over here. And then it has the monthly tabs, which are super cute. And yeah, it starts in April. She actually went to Japan in May through June, and she gave this to me in July. So obviously the first months I wasn't able to use them, but because this is a spring start, I still have until March of next year to use it. It actually comes also with monthly pages. So here's an example of like the layout so you guys can kind of see. So you have a monthly page that, you know, opens up within the tab. Then you kind of get like duplicated weeks. And this is what I mean. So this is the end of March. As you can see, the days of March are much bolder, and they end on the 31st, and then you get the 1st and the 2nd of April, like very light. And then when April starts, you get your monthly page, and then the weekly is the same as the previous one, but the months from the previous, or the days from the previous month are lighter, and then the days of the current month are darker or more bold. See what I mean? So you get duplicated weekly pages, which I didn't exactly enjoy, because obviously the way I'm using this planner, which I will share in a minute, I wasn't going to write the same thing 2 times. So I just left blank pages, and with the intention of maybe like pasting them together or just covering them up to add something else. But anyway, so what I was talking about, monthly, you get your weeklies with a aligned note pages on the right, and basically that's how it is. And then you get an extra set or an extra spread of note pages, and then you go into the month again. So that's the way the calendar or the planner is set up, and I actually started it on the very first week that she gave me the planner, which is this. I kept like the little wrapping sticker from the Loft. My goodness, can you guys see that? It says Loft right here. It's so awesome. It kind of ripped over here, but I managed to save it somewhat. And then she also gifted me like this little cute Totoro, like little figurine. I have it in my shelf right now, and so I liked the instructions, so I pasted them in here so that I can look at it. And basically what this journal is, if you haven't guessed by now, is a daily highlights journal. It's like little tiny texts of my day, of what I've done, things that I consider that stood out from that day, or just, you know, what I did, basically, in like a journaling format. And it's because it's so easy to keep up with, because the space is so limited that you just write 1 or 2 things and you've already filled up your page. And I started using it in June. Like I said, I thought she gave this to me in July, so I lied. She gave it to me in June. And I started using it for like the first week, and then I kind of stopped and I forgot about it. But then I picked it up again, because usually the months of summer, I'm so busy with like vacation and like having family visits and whatnot that I always forget to like update my planners. I do update my daily planner, or like my personal planner, I should say. But anything else, I always forget about it and update it later on. So I picked it up again in September. So I did kind of like daily pages, and I would stick things in, you know, have some postcards, and I've just been having a blast filling this in. And again, I am not sure if I should do a proper flip through, because there are some personal stuff in here, but I don't think you can really read it. And if you can, well, oh well, here's my personal life for you. But yeah, as you can tell, it's kind of like this, you know? And that's what I've been doing, and I've really been enjoying it, and I hope to keep up with it until March. And if not, then, you know, I just have a few months in here recorded, which is nice, and I can actually say that I've used a Nolty planner. Last but not least, the journal or notebook that I've been using this past year has been my reading journal, and this is the journal by the brand Nuuna. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a German brand. And I've had this notebook forever. And I actually started it in 2021, as you can tell. And I've been using it until 2023, and I still have a lot of pages left over, as you can see, which I will continue to use the following years, just because this is a reading journal where I track the books that I read, the challenges that I do. I write out reviews and things like that. For example, here's an example, you know, I print out the book cover, I write the synopsis, you know, some few key points of the book, and then I kind of give my thoughts on it. And then I look on Pinterest and on Google Images and I print out aesthetic pictures that remind me of the story, so that if I ever go back and want to reread it, I can kind of get the vibes. Like this one was a very gothic-esque Tim Burton style book, and I really enjoyed it. So I kind of gave it that vibes, and I always try to grab similar scenes of what's going on, images, things like that. So I have quite a few of that. But yeah, so this is what I've been doing since 2021, and obviously I keep a log of books that I've read. This is a journal that I really enjoy filling out, but I don't fill it out every single day, obviously, because I don't read a book per day. But when I do, I try to keep up with it, but I still have a lot of reviews that I need to complete. As you can see, I have the images printed out, but I still haven't written out my thoughts. So I keep up with it and I write in it when I feel like it, basically. I'm not very strict about it, but this is a notebook that I've been using for this past year, and I thought I would share it with you guys in this system. And look how chunky it is. I love it. I can't wait until it's like completely full, which I won't know if it's gonna be 2 more years or not, but that's the fun of it. So yeah. So there you have it, guys. That is my entire planner and journal system that I've been using for 2023. And I don't expect it to change much for next year in regards of the system, which is having a main planner, daily highlights journal or planner, a stream of consciousness notebook, and a reading journal. So I'm going to be sticking with that. I might add one more notebook or not to my system, but basically that's going to be the gist of it. And all that's really going to change is the actual planners or the type of notebooks that I pick out for 2024, which I will share in a separate video. But if you want a little sneak peek, my planner for 2024 is going to be this one. Ha ha ha. Can you guess already from where it's from? Ha ha. Yes, you guessed it. It's another sterling ink, but this is not a planner. This is actually a notebook. It's an empty grid notebook. So what does that mean? It means that I'm making my own planner for next year, you guys. I will be sharing this in a future video. Don't worry. I just wanted to do a little spoiler and teaser for you guys in case you're interested, and so that you stick along and you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss whenever I post, because I don't know when that will be, but I'm gonna try to do it as soon as possible. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna remove this so you guys don't get that glare, that nasty glare. So thanks so much if you stuck to the end. Please let me know what kind of videos you would like me to share. If you want me to do flip throughs of past planners, or you want me to talk about my journaling, my process in general, what I do, what I don't do, how I update certain planners, things like that. I mean, I have a lot of ideas as usual, and you know, it's just hard to do them because I do have a day job, and then I have to take care of a dog, and then we gotta do chores and daily life stuff. So sometimes it's hard, but I'm gonna try my best to do videos from now on. Again, give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you've been using for 2023 and if you're gonna change anything up for next year. I will talk to you guys soon and see you in my next one. Bye!